Hey there, team. Give me the next 5 minutes and I'm going to demo for you how we build out our clients' playbooks. And today we're going to be using our software of choice called Trainual. So this is Trainual for those playing at home. Now, we love this software because it is the perfect blend of knowledge management and learning management. So all of your standard operating procedures, all of your onboarding, all of your training in one hub. It is completely searchable, even if the person searching for it, maybe it's a new member of your team, they don't know what language to use yet. The AI built into this platform will blow your mind. So all of that said, let's dig into how we would start building out someone's playbook. Now, a playbook in its simplest form is made up of 4 sections. So first and foremost, we like to call it your DNA, everything about your company. So your history, your vision, your mission, your values, your cultural norms, how you do things around here or how we get things done around here, that's in the DNA section. Then we have the people. That's all of the different people in the organization, their position descriptions, their positions, where they sit within the organization, and what they're responsible for. Then we have processes or procedures, so the how we do things. And finally, we have policies. Today, all I want to do is start by getting started on a standard operating procedure for this client. So we would jump in, and we're in the Imaginate Trainual at the moment to show you how we're going to get it done. So we're just going to start by creating a document. And this document is going to be called How to Create a Loom Video. Nice and easy. So we normally create some kind of standard operating procedure like this for most of our clients. So I thought this would be a great one, especially as that's exactly what we're experiencing. So like I said, this lives in the processes folder. I'm going to be the owner for this, the purposes of this exercise. Then keeping this document up to date, I'm going to set this to quarterly. The main reason we would change this procedure is because there's something that's changed about how we would do a Loom video. So we're going to jump in, we're going to create that document. Absolutely outstanding. I'm going to move me out the way. And keeping this super simple for you, we're going to break it down. So we've given this standard operating procedure a name. We're going to then let everyone playing at home who's responsible for it, so who the owner is, and that's me in this case. Now, in the real world, you may not use, depending on the type of organization, you might use a person's name, or it could be the media developer. In this case, we're going to say it's the media developer. The next important thing for us to include is the tools required. Right, so the tools required when we're creating a Loom video would be Loom. Depending on what else you are using, it could be a microphone, webcam. So think of all the things that they need to win. And this is what we always say here at Imaginate when we're helping people with this process. What does your human need to win in order to build out this standard operating, in order to be successful at this task or this process or this procedure? So tools required. The next thing we include is when to be completed. So this one is on an ad hoc basis. So that's exactly what we'd say, ad hoc basis, when required. So whenever we need a Loom video, and that will be, we'll give more structure to that. We'll put meat on the bones very shortly. So you'll notice I'm just going to go through real quick and make this really easy to read. So with your standard operating procedures, when you're building them out, you want to make them really easy to read for people. And you also want to make them interesting. And I'll show you how to do that very, very shortly. Now, how long will it take? So generally less than 5 minutes. depends on the complexity of the video. So you see here, I've gone into detail here. I could have just left that at less than 5 minutes, but I've decided to go into a little bit more detail, because the more detail we can give the person reading, the more we're setting them up to win. Amazing. Cool. So the next one we are going to attach to it. So where does it fit? Does it tie to a KPI or an OKR? So in this case, not available. So let's say, for example, it would be, let's say, for example, we were building out sales materials, or we were, this was a sales process. We could say what KPI it was related to or what OKR it was related to. The next thing, and this is probably the most important thing that a lot of you are missing when you're building this type of stuff out, is why do we do it? So we create Loom videos to show people how to get things done, right? So how to get things done. They save time because we don't need a meeting, and they can be watched over and over again. When we tell people the why of why we do things, absolutely amazing. People love to understand why they're doing things because they can get behind them. If you've just given people a task that doesn't feel important to them, of course, they're not going to get behind it. But basically, Loom's really simple. We use it to save time, to show people how we get things done. That's why we love Loom. Now, the next thing is the steps. So how do we do it? And team, there's 1,000,001 ways you can do this. You can write it out. You can create a Loom video. You can include pictures. Think about what's the easiest way for me to show someone how to get this thing done. So for me, I might just write it as steps. So start the Loom desktop software. And I'd probably put a little screenshot of the Loom symbol in there. The second thing we're going to do is choose the camera source, which is probably going to be you, and then choose the screen you would like to record, then hit record, and demonstrate the process. Step by step, give feedback on a project, whatever you need to communicate. Now, this is the cool thing. When we're iterating with clients, it's just come to me that I can add into the why do we do it. I could create a list of whys. So maybe it's when we need to show people how to get things done. Yes, it's also to give feedback on tasks. It's also to do this. It's also to do this. So that's the cool thing about creating SOPs in this way. And where a lot of you get stuck is because you wait for it to be perfect. But you'll see I had ideas as I was just getting in and getting it done. And when we do it for clients, we have a special process that we follow to get the information so that we can build them out to the highest possible standard. And this is just something that I'm putting together off the top of my head. Now, with this as well, how do we make this fun, right? I encourage you to make your SOPs and your training to always look absolutely fantastic. So for me, I'm going to put an emoji in here, a little retro emoji. Oh, it didn't work. Where did it go? It's down there. I'm going to put it in the right place. And you'll see I'm not worrying too much about the formatting because I can go through and fix that later. And now, because I'm trying to show you it's not working, I don't know why. I'll go and fix that later. The other thing that's really cool to include is I love putting GIFs in. So I'm going to find a fun video GIF here. Maybe not the ring. Maybe a VHS machine or something fun like that. Yeah, there we go. Cool. How about that GIF of the VHS machine? So we'll add that in. A little bit of nostalgia for those playing at home. So you can have that. You can also change your headers like that. You can change the way the text is set to make it more interesting to read. Doesn't all have to look that way. Anything you can do to make it that little bit more interesting. Break it up into smaller pieces as well. And we're just playing here. Cool thing that you can insert icons. So maybe you have a different icon for each role in the organization. So maybe the media developer, they probably wouldn't be a calculator, but we can insert that in there. You can think about little things like that you can do as well. But basically, all we do is we take the information that we've been given, we follow that process. So is it the DNA? What bucket does it need to go in? Is it the DNA of our organization? Is it our people? Is it our procedures or processes? Or is it our policies? So they go into one of those buckets. And then from there, we can create an SOP on each part of the processes that we do as well. And that is essentially how we build it out. Very roughly, I would make it much prettier than that. But remember, you need to know who's responsible for it, the tools required, when you want it to be completed, how long it will take, KPIs or OKRs involved, why do we do it, and then the steps you need to follow. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to show you a finished one that we've created. So this is one of our internal ones. So welcome to Imaginate. So we've got pictures, we've got a little bit of text there. We go into the next section. A little video that I recorded. Some company history highlights. See how you just do it in little bite-sized chunks so that you are able to keep it interesting for people and easy for them to absorb. See, we've got the GIFs in there. We can make it look pretty. And it's very, very cool. Alrighty, thanks for joining me on our mission here to build out an SOP for one of our clients.